Enrique Wiesel writes, top 3 movies that made you break out crying.
Oh, 3? Well, the one I always start with is Life is Beautiful. Life at the end of Life is Beautiful is just. I was literally in a theater in Saskatchewan, Saskatchewan, Canada, and there were some Hell's Angels in there watching that movie. Why they were interested in seeing Life is Beautiful, don't know. Tears, crying. I mean, that was pretty good. I generally don't cry at movies.
I got one right off the top of my head because you mentioned it. Up. That first 10 minutes crushed me.
Yeah.
I was so angry at Pixar because I was like, I'll go see Up, and then within like 5 minutes, I'm crying. I've been manipulated. And then another one is Edward Scissorhands. At the very end, when he's like cutting the ice at the end, for some reason, got me.
Yeah. There's a documentary called Young at Heart about there's these senior citizens in a retirement home, and they go out and they sing and they perform in front of prisons and all this stuff, but they're older people, so
I know the one you're talking about.
It's phenomenal. That one got me watching that because of just the way that they all connected, and you're losing people. They're dropping like flies in this movie. And then there was recently Fruitvale Station. Fruitvale Station got me being a dad and that. And then when I was really young, The Mask. Not The Mask with Jim Carrey.
The one with
Mask
Cher.
with Eric Stoltz. Yeah, that one. Those are the ones.
Oh, and then the third one for me, Requiem for a Dream.
Oh, really?
At the very end with
that's
those
just
two.
A horrifying.
Oh,
movie
that's a suicide. Like that's not a good. If you're in a bad space, don't watch that movie.
Don't watch Requiem for a Dream.
Because Ellen Bernstein at the end crying, it just shattered me.
All right, what's next?
Andre Cabrera writes, what TV actor would you like to see break into the big screen?
Sorry, say that again. Which?
What TV actor would you like to see break into the big screen?
I would have said a year ago, I would have said Chris Pratt, but pretty much mission accomplished there.
Let's see Kit Harington do more. I know that he started to do some, like from Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
so
I don't think that's going to happen.
I mean, he had Pompeii was a bad movie, but I thought he was good in it. I'd like to see what he can do, and even going Game of Thrones again is the actor. I don't even know Rob Stark.
I would say there's these two guys. They were just in a show. It was like was it True Detective? Yeah, it was Woody Harrelson and
I
think they should.
Maybe they can etch out a career.
Yeah,
in the
they might be able to
movies.
get a couple of side character roles in a big movie. So.
Okay, what's next?
Ollie Page writes, any news on Bill and Ted 3?
This is something that keeps surfacing about every 5 to 6 months.
Yeah, it's Alex Winter continuously writing emails.
Yeah, but even Keanu Reeves at one point was saying, yeah, this might happen, that kind of stuff. And then the original director was saying, hey, this might happen. And then I've heard nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, with all the talk about something may get started,
Right.
as far as I know, nothing ever got started. So I don't know that this is ever going to happen.
I hope it happens. I'd like to see.
It would be cool.
It would be fun.
It would be
they're
revisit
doing all these nostalgic movies that they're doing now. It's like, why not do that one? Because especially to see those guys, their careers are so different in general now. But to come back and with the new technology they have for the movies and the time travel element, I think it could be fun.
They could weave Ghostbusters 3 and Bill and Ted 3 together.
Yeah. And So Crazy.
The streams are crossed. Yeah, it's like it'd be crazy.
All right, what's next?
Nicholas Sergi writes, better film, Apollo 13 or Gravity?
Man, people forget how good Apollo 13
really
is.
Yeah.
But they are really such different films because Apollo 13 is a great ensemble cast. I mean, it's a movie that's carried by the performances of multiple people throughout, whereas Gravity is really more focused on the one person. And they're both brilliant and breathtaking and everything. Honestly, off the top of my head, I don't think I can pick.
It's hard for me too because if you look at it and combining the two of them, you have Tom Hanks in Apollo 13. Gravity is pretty much Castaway in space. But so they're two different movies, like you said, with the ensemble. But in a technical aspect, what Gravity did, I could watch that movie if I was able to watch one on the big screen again. I'm picking Gravity.
Yeah.
I'd pick Apollo 13 just because for two reasons. One, Apollo 13 is based on reality.
Yeah.
Like it's something that really happened and changed our world. Gravity, though an incredible film, I love Gravity, and it holds up to repeat viewings. I just watched it again like a month ago. I mean, I really remember being moved by Apollo 13.
Yeah.
It's like they really went through this. So there's something about films when the recreation films or biopics or things where it's like that really happened and it's kind of very as close to reality as possible, and it was really well done. Ron Howard did an incredible job, so I'll pick that one, even though they're very close. So.
All right, let's take one more.
right, Frank Foster writes, what is the one movie this year where you disagree on the general consensus?
Wow. This year that I disagree with on the general consensus. All right. The only one I can really think of that stood out to me where the general consensus was really negative and I actually thought was okay was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I've seen it 3 times. Once because I wanted to check it out. And then the next 2 times because I was hanging out with friends that hadn't seen it that wanted to see it. So I said, okay, well, we're close to the AMC Burbank 16. Let's go down and we'll watch it. I had some fun with it. Everybody knows how pessimistic I was about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But I'm not going to sit here and say it was a good movie. I'm just saying it was a lot better than I thought it would be, and I thought it was actually okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I mean, I think even I was going to say maybe Godzilla because I liked Godzilla, but then I was like, but my problems with it were a lot of other people's problems. I liked the beginning. Middle to me was stinky, and then the third.
Well, the hard thing about Godzilla is that there's no real strong consensus on that film.
I know.
One way or the
That's
other.
what I mean.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'd have to really think about it.
I think for me, it's probably Transformers 4 or The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Just kidding.
Those are masterpieces.
That's right. You know what? Maybe it was like I went to go see The Raid 2 and was overblown by how great it was.
Yeah, okay.
So I mean, I was like, I like The Raid.
Oh.
Everyone's telling me how great The Raid 2 is. I better go see it before it leaves theaters. And then my expectations were just medium, and I was blown away by it. So it's not, like what was like overblown away by? Not really,
Well, no, just what do you feel, what movie did you see where your feelings coming out of the theater were really different from what the general public's feelings on the film were?
Definitely Amazing Spider-Man 2, because I really remember.
A lot of people didn't like that film,
Okay,
so
but-
it's not really
Yeah,
a
that's what
big
I'm saying,
general
it's tough.
consensus. It's not a big, it's
Right,
not
it's
really
not
breaking
like-
from the
yeah.
consensus.
It's not like I'm
It's
that
tough,
far
right?
away.
It's
Yeah.
hard
It's a
to think
tough
about.
one. You have to really go through a list.
Great question, though.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.